I'm saying bye to all the lies and all the times you cried saying that I wasn't right.
Hello everybody, so we have some information. We don't have very much information, but just very basic. First of all, it's Hiya Toys. They are basically thanking everybody for all the support that they got throughout the year, and they're starting off a brand new year, showcasing some prototypes. Now I think there's a few of them missing, but mainly they have a lot of figures that a lot of people have been wanting to see. For example, the most awaited figure yet, Shimo and Kong. We get to see Godzilla 2000, the classic Godzilla, and the classic King Ghidorah. Now, out of all those figures, only 2 of them are painted really. The other ones are in a prototype phase very early on, but what's very interesting about this, if you look at Kong and you compare those to the pictures that we got for the final product, the beast glove, just like the arm, looks very detailed. It looks more like 3-dimensional, so I'm not sure if that's an improvement or if it's just in general like that. If you compare this to the one from Monster Arts, the one from Monster Arts seems to be like glued onto the arm, whereas this one feels more like 3-dimensional, like a few parts could possibly move, and that's very great about that. Another interesting thing, the fur looks very 3-dimensional, very detailed compared to any other Kong. Again, this might be the most articulated Kong that we ever do see, and we do get to see Godzilla GMK or Godzilla 2001, I believe. Now, I've been trying very hard to look at the mouth area to see if there was any improvements. I know a lot of people were complaining about that area looking a little bit weird. It's hard to notice from those angles where they do showcase the figure, but other than that, I think we get to see how the articulation is going to work with most of the figures, and I think it looks fantastic. Now, my main figure that I'm most excited for has to be Shimo, as some people say. Anyways, I'm trying to look at it, and honestly, I don't see any improvements. I'm not sure why they delayed that figure. Now, the rumor that we got was that it was possibly getting upgraded or updated like Godzilla Evolved, but honestly, during those pictures that we saw, it mainly looked the same, so it was hard to notice any differences, unlike Godzilla Evolved. And now that we do get like a more advanced prototype phase of Shimo, I still don't see any improvements compared to the version that we got for the supposed release that was supposed to come out last year for December around that time. I'm looking at the articulation segments. I don't see any changes. Visually, the paint job looks a little bit different compared to all 2 figures or 3 figures that we saw. The very early leak that we got back there, the head was massive, and then they improved it. Now, if you compare the paint job, it looks a little bit different. I believe this one, it's not my favorite, I'm not gonna lie. This one, if we compare it to the pictures that we got for San Diego Comic-Con and Wonder Festival, I think the best one was the Wonder Festival version with the painted crystals and how shiny it looked. This one seems to have more white than any pearl white or any pink around the eyes and the nose. I don't know, the blue looks a little bit darker. Not as impressive as the other versions that we did see. I'm hoping, because this is an early prototype, that's the case, but I'm not gonna sit here and say give it a chance, because we know when we do see prototypes, it's actually the final product. And I don't know, I'm a little bit worried that this is the final product that we're going to get. Lately, Hiya Toys has been kind of in a downhill with Godzilla 2014. That was a massive disappointment. I totally skipped on that one because of the gap on the mouth, the inaccuracy around the designs around the face. I got a lot of hate, but I don't care. I'm gonna speak on it. Always giving you guys the truth and my opinion. Now, Ghidorah looks very impressive. Now that we do get to see this figure fully painted, I think the paint job looks really nice. The articulation, this might be their most articulated Ghidorah. This type of articulation would have been fantastic on the 2019. I still believe that deserves an upgraded version as well. But anyways, we do get to see Godzilla 2000. That's looking fantastic. I don't see any changes, to be honest. Anyways, Godzilla GMK looks really awesome. I think all of them look very impressive. The only one that's concerning me would have to be the paint job with Shimo. Now, if you look very closely, there's an image where you do get to see that there's a Shimo standing. It looks very massive. Now, you do get to see there's the statue version fully painted, so I'm assuming that one might be ready to come out very soon. That one would be the stylish version. The Hiya Godzilla Evolved version already came out this month, last month I believe, for some people. And that one was also a disappointment, I'm not gonna lie. Comparing that to the promo images, the eyes look very, very bad. The paint job could have been a lot better. But anyways, so far everything looks very great. Not impressive, but very great. And I don't know, I was expecting to see a little bit more out of Hiya. Like, there's been so much delays, and it's understandable because they're doing, upgrades and some changes. But I do wish they were more specific as to which figures are getting delayed, instead of, telling us a certain day and not becoming a reality. For example, Godzilla 2014 was supposed to come out early last year, and it just came out not too long ago. And that was delayed because of the upgraded articulation. But was it really worth it? I'm doubting it now, because the figure looks okay. I'm not gonna say it looks amazing, because a lot of people are split on that figure. A lot of people are gonna praise it, and if you want to praise it and not be honest, that's on you. But me being honest, and from what I've seen and what other people have told me, it was not worth it. And that's what I'm kind of fearing. Now, we do know that Super Mega Godzilla, or Godzilla 2, is getting upgraded, updated with the all, sculpture and articulation. That applies to Godzilla 2002, I believe. Now, they're probably not getting showcased here because they're not finished with the articulation or redesigns for both figures. Although it would have been very nice to have seen both figures and see the changes. Now, I think it would be really awesome if Hiya Toys starts to showcase the older version compared to the newer version. I think that would, showcase the major differences, instead of having us, the consumer or reviewers, guessing what's new, what's not. Now, this is purely speculation, but assuming that we do get to see Ghidorah somewhat painted and Shimo, I'm assuming those are going to be the figures that are going to release somewhat early this year, probably within a month or 2 months.